Hello student. So let's start, that is the surface anatomy. So surface anatomy, it is the marking draw on the surface of the mummy. So because of the surface marking, that is the normal position of that the organ or any structure, that may be vein, arteries or nerve, which is located in the body. Because whenever you are going for the practicing or whenever you go for the checking of the patient by the palpitation, as that the organ is located into that the normal position or the abnormal position. So whenever the patient is come in your clinic, so you examine that the patient, and in the examination, whenever that is the normal position of the organ in the body, then you can imagine that the organ is present in the body, that is the abnormal position. So you must know that is the pathology is present into that the particular region of the body. So that the surface anatomy, it is very important for the clinical examination of the patient. So let's see, that is the different organs which draw on the surface of the mummy, that is called the surface anatomy. Hello student. So let's start, that is the surface anatomy related with that the heart. So as you know, heart that should be located into that the thoracic cavity. So heart, it should be draw on the surface of the external part of the thorax. So in this diagram you can see that is the sternum, here manubrium, then the body xiphoid process, and attachment of the costal cartilages and the ribs on the both lateral side of the sternum. So here you can see that is the first costal cartilage, second costal cartilage, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh, and related to it, that is the attachment of rib that should be occurs on the lateral side. So let's start, that is the surface anatomy of the heart. So first, it consists of the 4 points which joins to forming, that is the surface anatomy of the heart. So first point, that should be taken ½ inch from the costal margin into that the second costal cartilage. So here, that is the first costal cartilage and this is the second costal cartilage. So from that is the costal margin, that is the ½ inch, here you can take on the lower side of the first costal cartilage. Then the second point, it should be taken ½ inch, okay, into that the third costal cartilage on the right side. So here in this diagram you can see that is the right side first costal cartilage, second costal cartilage, and that is the third costal cartilage. So ½ inch from the costal margin you can take, that is the second point. So this one. Then the third point, that should be taken 3.5 inches on the fifth costal cartilage, okay, on the left side, okay. So that is the left side and this is the fifth costal cartilage, that is the first, second, third, fourth and the fifth, and that is near about the 3.5 inches, okay. So that should be taken here, 3.5 inches. So that is the third point. Then the fourth point, that should be taken on the right side and on the sixth costal cartilage, that is the 3 centimeter from the costal margin. So here you can see on the right side first costal, second, third, fourth, fifth and the sixth. So here on the sixth costal cartilage, that is 3 centimeter from the costal margin. So here, that is taken near about here. So that is the fourth point. Then after then join the first and the second point by the straight line. So here first point and this is the second point, you can draw straight line. Then join, that is the third and the fourth point. So here, that is the third point and this is the fourth point. So join by the straight line. So here, then the other lines, they are joined, that is the second point and the fourth point, they should be joined by drawing the convex line in this way. And then the first point and that is the third point, it should be again joined by that is the convex line. So in this way. So this is the exact location of the heart which is present into the thoracic cavity, and that is the surface anatomy of the heart. So most of the part of the heart that should be located on that is the left side. After then, let's see that is the surface anatomy of the kidney. So to draw the surface anatomy of the kidney, let takes the marking on the posterior side or the back side of the thorax. Okay? So here you can see these are the vertebra, that is the D11, D12, the L1, L2, L3 and the L4. So D11 means that is the 11th thoracic vertebra, D12 means 12th thoracic vertebra, L1 means lumbar, first, second and the third lumbar vertebra. So to draw the kidney, that is the first point taken on the D11 vertebra. So here. Then the second point that should be taken on the L3 vertebra. So here. This is the L3 vertebra. Then from this 2 point, draw the two transverse line. So here that is the transverse line which is passing out on both lateral side. So from this region L3, again you have to draw that is the transverse line in this way. Then on the left side and the right side, take the 2.5 centimeter on the D11 vertebra and the L3 vertebra. So here you can see the 2.5 centimeter means this region and 2.5 centimeter on the L3 level, that is the D11 level on the left side and the L3 level on the left side. Then same measurement that should be taken on the right side, that is the 2.5 centimeter, and at the L3 level on the right side, that is the 2.5 centimeter. Okay. After then, take the 9.5 centimeter from the D11 vertebra on the left side. So here that is the 2.5 centimeter, and from this region, that is in this from D11 vertebra, you can take the 9.5 centimeter. So imagine this is the 9.5 centimeter. Okay. At D11 vertebra, and same measurement that should be taken 9.5 centimeter on the L3 vertebra on the left side, this one. So same measurement that should be taken on the right side, that is the 9.5 centimeter from the D11 vertebra. So that should be averagely here, and same the 9.5 centimeter that should be taken on the right side at the L3 vertebra. So here. Then draw that is the two parallel lines on the both side at the level of the D11 and the L3 vertebra, that is from the 2.5 centimeter on the right and the left side, and the 9.5 centimeter from that is the D11 vertebra to that the right side, and that is on the left side. So here you can draw that is the two parallel lines. So first parallel line that should be passing out on the left side. So here that is the 2.5 centimeter from the D11 vertebra and the L3 vertebra, and then second parallel line that is from the 9.5 centimeter on the left side. So here. So here in this way you can see that is the parallelogram structure, this one. Okay. Same like the structure that the two parallel line that should be drawn on the right side. So 2.5 centimeter on the right side here that the line is passed, and again 9.5 centimeter on the right side this line should be passed. So here on both side you can see that is the two parallelogram, this one. So in this two parallelogram, take that is the center on the left side here, and then draw that is this center, it is assumed as that is the hilum of the kidney, and draw that is the kidney shape into that the parallelogram. So in this way. So that is the left kidney. Then the right kidney, it is slightly lower, so that is the center should be taken slightly lower than the middle point, and draw the kidney, because the right kidney it is slightly lower than the left kidney, because in the upper side that is the liver is present. So here you can assume that is the hilum of the kidney, and draw that is the shape of the kidney here in this way. So this kidney it is slightly lower than the left kidney. So this is the surface anatomy of the kidney. This is the left kidney and this is the right kidney, which is slightly lower than the left kidney. So this is right and this is the left. Then let's see that is the surface anatomy of the spleen. So to draw the spleen, you should see that is the vertebra that should be drawn on the posterior side and on the left side of the thorax. Okay? So here you can see that is the D9 vertebra, means 9th thoracic vertebra, D10, D11 and the D12, means that is the T thoracic vertebra, 12th thoracic vertebra, and attached to it that are the ribs, corresponding rib, that is the 9th rib, 10th rib, 11th rib and that is the 12th rib. So 11th and the 12th rib, they are called that is the floating ribs. So let's see the drawing of the surface anatomy of the spleen. So the first point that should be taken on the 10th rib on the left side, that is the 4 centimeter away from that is the 10th thoracic vertebra. So here that is the left side and here that is the 10th thoracic vertebra. So from this you should take that is the 4 centimeter away on the 10th rib. Okay? Then take a point at the mid axillary line at the region of the 11th rib. So here you can see that is the 11th rib, this one, and in this rib that is you should take a point on the mid axillary line. So here you can see that is the mid axillary line and on the 11th rib. So here you can see 11th rib that should be comes here and attach to that the mid axillary line. So here you can take that is the second point. Then to drawing that the spleen, draw the two convex line. So first convex line joining from the first point to that the second point, and the line draw in such a way that it should be intersect the upper border of the 9th rib. So here you can see drawing the convex line which is attached to that the upper border of the 9th rib. So here that is the 9th rib and this is the upper border. So this line, convex line, it is joined to that the upper border of the 9th rib and attached to that the second point. Then the next line, that is also the convex line, which is joined from first point to that the second point, but in such a way that it should be intersect to the lower border of the 11th rib. So here you can see that is the 11th rib and this is the lower border. So you should draw that is the convex line which is attached to the lower border of the 11th rib and attach to that the second point. So in this way. So this is the surface anatomy of the spleen, which is present, spleen is present on the left side and obliquely present. So here you can see that is the oblique location of the spleen. So now we should have to start the surface anatomy related with that the liver. So for this we should draw that is the sternum here, and from the sternum that is the median margin that should be drawn, this one. Then the next two transverse line we should have to draw, that is first the transpyloric line, or that is called the transpyloric plane, which is passing out from the tip of ninth rib. So here ninth rib is present, and from both side tip of the ninth rib we should draw, that is the transpyloric line. Second one, that is the subcostal plane. So subcostal plane, it should be drawn at the tip of 10th rib. So here that is the tip of 10th rib is present on the both side. So take point and draw that is the plane, that is the subcostal plane. Then to draw the surface anatomy of the liver, first you should see that is the position of the nipple of the breast on the both side. So here that is the left nipple, and here that is the right nipple. Then first point, it should be taken just below to that the left nipple, but that is on the slightly on the right side. So that is the first point. Then the second point, it is taken just below to that the right nipple. So this is the second point. Then the third point is taken at the tip of the 10th rib, means that is on the right side on the subcostal plane. So here that is the third point. Then the fourth point, that should be taken at the tip of 10th rib, means on the transpyloric line. So here that is the fourth point. Then joining the first and the second line. So this is the first point, and that is the second point. So this line, it should be passing from that is the body, the joining of that is the junction of the body and the xiphoid process of the sternum. So here in this way, and this line should be slightly convex. So this one. So here you can see that is the body of the sternum, and this is the xiphoid process. So at the junction, that the slightly convex line, it should be passed. Then from second point and the third point, they should be joined, and draw a line in such a way that the line should be slightly convex. So here that is, you should draw slightly convex line joining to the second point to that the third point. Then join that is the third point to the fourth point, slightly convex line. So in this way, and then join fourth point to that the first point, slightly convex line. So in this way. So that is the surface anatomy of the liver, and here that is the small depression is forming, that is due to the joining of that is the line joined to that the third to the fourth point, and from fourth to that the first point. So this depression, that is for the fossa for the gallbladder. Then this upper line, this is the upper margin of the liver, and that is the convex line, it denotes the right border of the liver, and here that depression denotes the fossa for the gallbladder, and this line that denotes the inferior border of the liver. So that is the surface anatomy of the liver.